What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. I hope you guys all enjoyed your 4th of July weekend, and if you guys also have today off, Monday, which is the day that I'm making this video, I hope you guys also have a nice extended weekend. With that being said, in today's video, we're going to be talking about player stamina or durability within MLB The Show franchise mode, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to monitor it, why to monitor it, when to switch your players out, and things to avoid essentially whenever it comes to your stamina slash durability, because this is a question I've gotten quite a few times within the comments section. So if I go to play my next game, it's going to show me the stamina bars for the players that I have to choose from. So from a starting pitcher's perspective, you guys can see that the starting pitcher that just pitched a game is going to have the least amount of stamina left. Now I'm going to utilize the term stamina and durability different or basically interchangeably, I should say, within this video, because in reality, these two things are kind of like intertwined. So this appears to be a stamina bar, but ultimately what it plays into is also your durability, because if you have lower durability, then you're going to be more likely to get injured whenever this bar is low. And this bar does not necessarily always directly translate to stamina, in my opinion, because yes, for pitchers, this is going to translate to stamina, but for position players, this isn't necessarily a stamina bar. This more so is a durability bar, and that's the way I think that is best to think about it whenever you're deciding, oh, should I play a player? Should I bench him? Should I give him time off? So, for example, if we take a look at a Marco Luciano, he is very low on his durability bar, as I would call it, and more likely to get injured, more likely to sustain a bad injury, and probably going to play a little bit less efficiently because his bar is so low. So what is the point of this video? Well, the point of this video is actually pretty quick and pretty simple here, and that is that you guys do need to monitor this. And this is something that, like I said, I've gotten the question on multiple times in the comment section of, like, does it even matter? Should I be switching my players out? Like if they get low like this, should I take another player and switch them in for that player? And the honest answer for you is yes, you should absolutely be switching these players out, especially whenever they get this low. Whenever they start to get to around a third or a quarter of the stamina bar slash durability bar, you're going to want to take them out and give them a break. Now, I know that that's tough sometimes because you might have a player that's hot that reaches the low part of their energy bar, and that's actually what it's called at the top right. That's something that you have to weigh. Is the risk of getting that player injured worth keeping them out there on the field? And so the lower and lower that this energy bar, stamina bar, durability bar gets, the more likely they are to get injured, and like I said, the more likely they are to make mistakes within the game. So, you do want to pay attention to this, absolutely, and you do want to sub these players out, because, what, the question stems from is whenever you're on the calendar, and let's say you have a long stretch of games like this, where, we started all the way back on April 28th, and we don't get a break until May 11th. That is a couple weeks worth of games in a row without a break. You need to rotate those players out, or you're going to start getting injuries. You're going to start seeing injuries that you could otherwise avoid, and you're going to see dips in performance that you could otherwise avoid. And so this is why your bench is important, and this is why it is extremely important for you guys to rotate your players in and out of the lineup in order to make sure that you avoid this. So likewise, what I want to point out is whenever we go to pitchers, this is, quote unquote energy bar, but it's also their stamina, and, you want to kind of monitor all of your pitchers, whether they be starting pitchers or relief pitchers. And so, if I go down here into my bullpen and take a look at these relief pitchers, there are certain pitchers that I might not want to bring into the game. So the thing that you have to consider with a lot of relief pitchers is they're already starting off with really low stamina, like 20s and 30s. So they're only supposed to go a couple of innings at the most. So if you try to bring in a guy that is already really low stamina, or a guy that's like half bar, like Hoyt Haller, he's getting close to half bar, you're not going to get a lot of productive pitches out of that guy. And, again, you're going to be more likely to get that guy injured because you're going to be driving his stamina bar all the way to the bottom. You're going to be driving his energy slash durability down, and those things are going to factor in together to him potentially getting injured and things of that nature. So you absolutely need to pay attention to this, and you absolutely need to cycle through these players. And so that's why you have so many players in your bullpen, because you're not always going to be able to pitch your best guys. Sometimes you have to throw in another bullpen arm, and sometimes that's going to cost you a game, or sometimes that's going to be like an enlightening moment and be like, wow, I didn't realize that guy was as good as he was. You have all of these bullpen pitchers because you have to rotate through them. Likewise, you have 5 starting pitchers because you have to rotate through them, and sometimes people will rotate a 6th starting pitcher in from time to time in order to prevent these stamina losses, these energy losses, and prevent the durability from essentially inducing an injury. So hopefully this information was helpful. I know that this is relatively straightforward, and most people that have played the game for a while will realize this. And we all have to start somewhere. This is something that I had to learn over time as well, to rotate my players in and out, because from a perspective of somebody that didn't know a lot about baseball whenever I started a few years ago, I didn't realize that these guys have to take breaks as often as they do. And I didn't realize that in the game it works the same way. So, make sure you guys are paying attention to that energy slash stamina slash durability bar, whatever you choose to call it, and make sure you guys are rotating these guys out, giving them breaks, extremely important. And that's why it's important to know the roster composition that is necessary to field a roster that allows you to have the proper amount of backups, the proper amount of bench players, the proper amount of starting pitchers, relief pitchers, in order to basically prevent these guys from being run ragged and having no energy bar. So, like I said, hopefully this information was helpful. If it was, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below with anything you guys could use help with, anything you'd like to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.